live from the Fevber Stadium on the campus of Placer High School. TouchdownProductions.com, celebrating 21 seasons of local sports excellence, is proud to present the CIF Sac Joaquin Section Les Schwab Tire Section 4 Division Playoffs. Tonight, in the section semifinals, your number 1 seed, Placer Hillmen, host the number 5 seed, Woodland Wolves. The Hillmen are 1 game away from the section finals, and all the playoff action is right here, right now. This is your NorCal Game of the Week. Your Placer Hillmen, the number 1 seed in Division 4, are 1 game away from the championship game next Saturday. Standing in their way is the number 5 seed Woodland Wolves from the Tri-County Conference. Good evening, sports fans, wherever you are. This is Paul Brown, the voice of Touchdown Productions, and alongside me tonight is my color analyst, Pat Austin. Our executive producer and camera operator is Gilbert M. Dominguez. And we're back here at Fevber Stadium for the last game of the season to witness the semifinal matchup.
That's right, Paul. The Hillmen are on a tear in the playoffs after dispatching the Natomas Nighthawks 53-6 last week in the opening round. The Hillmen have scored 136 points in the last 3 games and only allowed 45. And
last week, Joey Montoya gave us a glimpse of the future by inserting a sophomore, Hans Grossman, in the backfield, who scored 3 touchdowns in his varsity debut at running back and was our player of the game, Pat.
As for Woodland, they defeated the number 4 seed El Dorado Cougars 56-17, so they know how to put points on the board as well. The difference tonight will be the field conditions. We have received over 5 inches of rain in the past 48 hours, so the field will be soggy, sloppy, wet, and it will be cold. It'll be interesting to see how that affects the passing game for both teams and could turn this into a mud bowl, which would favor Placer with their 5-rusher attack.
I couldn't agree with you more, Pat. It could be a mud game. It will be a mud game. And he who has the best offensive line is going to win. So we have another classic matchup for you tonight, friends. This is the semifinals of Division 4. It's the Hillmen and the Wolves, and a trip to the finals hangs in the balance. So it's time for our first break of the evening, and when we return, we'll have the RU Outside pregame show and break down the current playoff picture, which features 3 of our local teams. I have to remind you that you're watching exclusive television coverage of Placer Hillmen football right here. This is your NorCal Game of the Week, TouchdownProductions.com.
Planning a big Thanksgiving meal? Perfect meals begin with SPD. Let's talk turkey. SPD has Norbert Natural Turkey for $1.49 a pound. Or make your holiday real easy with a complete Thanksgiving dinner for $59.99. And don't forget to help out the Nevada County Food Bank. SPD is where you get the freshest produce for your meal. You'll find savings every time you shop, so get everything you need in every department. And don't forget the gravy and everything you need for dessert. SPD will be open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. So happy Thanksgiving from the Painter family and everyone at SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Welcome back to Fevber Stadium. Just about ready to light it up here. Placer Hillmen against the Woodland Wolves. And we also want to welcome you Bear River fans. Give me a shout out to Steve Sitter and Marty Mortensen, who are at Bear River tonight. So let's take a look at the Division 4 football playoff bracket here. As you've seen in the last 2 weeks with TouchdownProductions.com, Placer Hillmen defeated Natomas 53-6 in the first round. And this being our second round game, you see how Woodland got here, defeating El Dorado 56-17, very similar routing of their first round opponents. We had Center, who defeated Dixon in a closer game, 34-14. Center moved on. Casa Roble, they defeated Union Mine 43-13, so they will be playing tonight. They're playing at Bella Vista High School. Winner of that game will go on to the finals, and we'll see if the Placer Hillmen can advance to that finals game. So with that said, let's take a look at Division 5. Pat Austin.
Division 5, we have two more local teams going at it in these brackets. Sonora and Colfax will be playing tonight. Sonora took out Highlands 70-48 last week, and Colfax won 43-20 against Oristimba. In the next game, Bear River takes on Ripon. Bear River won 26-7 against Capital Christian, and Ripon beat Calaveras 28-13.
So all the football action there is lined out for you tonight. As you see on the field now, the white jerseys of the Woodland Wolves, soon to become brown and dank jerseys once this Mud Bowl gets started. But with that said, let's throw it back over to Marty Mortensen and Steve Sitter, who are at Bear River. Marty, we're about ready to kick the football off tonight. We've got championship football ahead. Pull up your easy chair. It's going to be a good one. You're watching exclusive coverage of Touchdown Productions, Placer Hillmen football. We'll be right back.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
Back here at Fevber Stadium, like I always say, about ready to put foot to football. The Woodland Wolves, your number 5 seed, will be facing your Placer Hillmen, the number 1 seed. Back to receive, looks like it's number 11, it's Oscar Sanchez, and Sanchez will take the football out about his 20-yard line and immediately is driven out of bounds by the Hillmen. We've seen some great defense in the last couple of weeks, huh, Pat?
We sure have. It's all been defense stifling these teams for Placer. We've got Woodland coming in who does just as good of a job at stopping the play. We'll have to see who's better tonight.
At quarterback for the Wolves, we'll be seeing Christian Stice.
Stice is coming in, passing for 114 yards a game.
Stice will hand off. This will be brought around the right side, and it'll go nowhere. Hillmen say
Hillmen
good.
made a great shift in stopping that play for no gain.
Stice is known for his passing arm, but they are clearly going to try to establish the running game before they put it in the air. Straight handoff through the line. Once again, the Hillmen stop. That is running back number 44, Robert Villarreal.
This Placer defensive line is ready for this big running game that Woodland brings in. They're putting 238 yards a game on the ground.
Well, they're going to need it now. 3rd down and 12. First 2 plays have gone nowhere. This will be a little reverse. It looks like it was miscommunication in the backfield, giving the opportunity for the Hillmen to come in.
Yeah, Brendan Murillo was stuffed in the backfield after they muffed on that reverse. They ran into each other on the end of that play there, and Placer was already in the backfield. It really wouldn't have mattered.
Linebacker Andrew Garza's in on the tackle. So 3 and out for the Hillmen. They'll get the ball immediately here and should have pretty good field position. Bad snap, but fielded. Ball is going to hit the mud and bounce. Great Wolves bounce, and they'll give it to the Hillmen, who will take over at about the 42-yard line. Coming on the field, we'll see the regular cast of characters. Michael Stuck will be your quarterback. Marshall Chapman, I beg your pardon. Number 10 will be the running back, along with number 21, Anthony Kerrigan. Wouldn't surprise me if Coach Montoya puts the ball in the air immediately, sees how Stuck's arm is doing in the cold and the mud. That's a straight handoff, straight up the middle. I believe that is Grossman. Let's see. When he gets up, we'll know. Grossman runs so much like Mario Perez, it's hard to tell them apart. That was Perez.
Bringing one more guy out. They really should try to just put the ball down the field, see if Woodland's ready for that, because they know they have to play that running game tonight.
Stuck looking over the line. Has the handoff. This is Kerrigan. Kerrigan slips a little bit before he makes the move and is taken down. That slip cost him at least 5 yards. Didn't get a chance to set and go. So we have a third down now for the Hillmen.
He's upset with him slipping in that mud. He was looking downfield, and he had a wide open run in front of him, but he just couldn't keep his grip on that ground.
You know, the problem is equally as bad for the defenders. So if Kerrigan finds out that he just slows down just a little bit and makes his steps, he'll still be able to get shoulders upfield and outrun the defenders. Here's the first pass of the night. Stuck looking out in the corner, and that's what we're going to see all night. That was Marshall Chapman. And Chapman turned around to catch the football and immediately slid. So there's going to be another 3 and out.
I don't think they make cleats long enough to keep grip in the center of that field right now.
Yeah, it's crazy out there.
Do have to give kudos to the groundskeepers for getting stripes on the muds for this game.
Looks like Diego Villanueva back for the Wolves. Another good punt. Villanueva says everybody get away from it, and he is backing up. Will allow the ball to settle on the 20-yard line where the Wolves will come out on offense again. I've got a feeling, Pat, that this is the kind of football game we're going to see. Once they establish a running game, which is going to be straight, no cut, grinded out football, and it's going to be a slow game.
Establishing any game would be good right now. They cannot get grip on that field, so passing and rushing isn't working for either team right now.
Straight inside handoff. No, it's fake handoff, trying to throw the football and down the field, and it's complete. Out there to number 1, that's Hunter Chris. And now it's being ruled out of bounds. So that will be second down and 10.
That would have been a beautiful catch with the quarterback running on the scramble and just throwing off his weight like that. That was impressive, even though it went out of bounds.
Yeah, Stice was really being chased in the backfield. Surprising he got that ball off.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking for someone else, and he just wasn't there, and that's when Placer came in to try and get him.
Second down. And that goes absolutely nowhere. You can see both the offensive and defensive lines are having trouble getting their footing. No one is making any holes, nor they're giving up any.
Yeah, the offensive line just can't get any movement on this defensive line for Placer. They're too fast. They're starting their movements too soon.
So we're back to third down now. Third and 10 yards. Stice looking to throw. Now he's going to run. Gets rid of the ball all by himself as his receiver. The Wolves have a man out in front of everybody. He could go all the way down the sideline and finally caught in the backfield. Wow. That was number 11 catching him. That was Carson Espadel. And boy, I'll tell you, if he hadn't caught, I believe that was Oscar Sanchez, he would have gone in for a touchdown.
That was a huge play. Let's see if they can capitalize on that. They're sitting at the 20-yard line. Not too much further to go. Placer really needs a big stop. They can't give up momentum here.
So semi-broken play results in a long gain for the Wolves. Inside handoff now. Pounding forward. That looks like number 24. That's Martin Vasquez, the third. We're just going to call him Martin Vasquez for now. But he has a load coming through the line. It is 2nd down and 5.
He's coming in at 5'8" and 203 pounds. He's just a bulky little kid, and he's going to really give that defensive line a hard time pulling him down like he did on the last play.
If you see him after the game, I don't suggest you call him a bulky little kid. Here it is, 2nd down. Over the middle, this is Vasquez grinding his way down to about the 3-yard line. Martin Vasquez, he can catch the football. That's a great play right over the middle, just going through the line, catching it just beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Vasquez was ready for that, and he was ready to run, and he ran through a couple guys on that last play.
6 minutes and 35 seconds on the clock, first quarter. The Wolves are threatening here. Placer's going to have to dig in with their defense. Stice going to hand it straight up to middle. They found someone they want to hand the football to, and the Placer Hillmen hold.
He tried to run straight through the center and got a huge wall waiting for him. He tried to bounce off, and he started running to the side, but then he got tackled again.
That was Castillo on the tackle. Good grinding tackle by Castillo. 2nd down and goal. It wouldn't surprise me that they give it to Vasquez again. This is for his kind of running, this is the kind of field conditions that he should excel. A fake inside, it's a broken play now, and Placer's gonna get it down. That's number 7, Travis Warren. We call Travis Warren's name constantly during the season. That's one of the bigger defensive plays he'll have.
That was a huge play, getting him in the backfield, making it 3rd and huge for Woodland to try and get a touchdown out of this. It's virtually impossible to make a field goal on this field tonight.
So we've got 3rd down now, and the ball is on about the 9-yard line. Clock continues. 5 minutes now, first quarter action. Stice out of the shotgun. Throws it to the corner, and it is touchdown Wolves. Great pass from Stice out to, it looks like number 10, Imbach. Garrett Imbach. Now we're being told, yes, it is. Number 8, Garrett Imbach, makes the touchdown, and the first score of the night for the Woodland Wolves.
They really confused Placer on that last play. They really looked like they were going to go to one guy, and meanwhile they had Imbach standing behind him and got the catch right at the line.
Here's the extra point. Snap is back down, and no good. Placer darn near got in there. That looks like it was it Brad in there? I believe it was. I think it was Brad Bishop in there. Brad Bishop, one of the Placer PVL All-League defensive players, in there to darn near get a piece of that ball, but this will be only 6 points for the Wolves, and we'll take our first break of the night. You're watching exclusive coverage of Placer Hillmen football right here on your NorCal Game of the Week. TouchdownProductions.com. We'll be right back.
Nothing tastes better than a sandwich crafted just the way you like it. And at Port of Subs, our master slicer slices your sandwich fresh to order. We offer top quality meats and cheeses. Add your choice of farm fresh veggies and pile them high on our freshly baked bread. We stand by this classic approach. Why? Because it all comes down to one simple truth. Port of subs just taste better. Whatever you crave, prepare to fall in love.
Sliced fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
Back here at the Fevber Stadium, first blood of the night goes to the Woodland Wolves. Ahead now 6-0 with 4:40 left in the first quarter. Players being changed out in the field by Placer, and they'll kick the ball off. Short liner. This looks like it could slide out of bounds, and it does. So Placer will take over on their own 30-yard line as the offense will come in, see what they can get done. Not much luck the first series, though, Pat.
No, sir. And Woodland got the first score, and it seems like Placer likes giving up the first score. I think they like being the comeback kids at the first quarter.
Well, we'll see if they like it or not. They're going to have that first score on them. They're going to take the ball over at the 35-yard line. Michael Stuck and company. Wind starts to blow here at Fevber Stadium. I'll tell you, it has been raining like crazy the last couple of days. We feel really blessed that we have a break in the storms to bring you this football game. Stuck hands off inside. That is Perez, Mario Perez. Perez gets help getting the guck out of his helmet.
Woodland's really playing like they expect a running play every time. After last week with how they ran with 4 huge running backs, you got to expect it.
Perez right, Perez left is certainly an option that we've seen work over the years. Stuck once again, hands off up the middle, and that is Perez again. They seem to like that left off tackle hole, and they get another couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
They're really expecting that offensive line to start making holes for Perez, and at any time, that defensive line's going to start getting tired from these running plays and having to run around in that mud.
Handoff going around. This is Kerrigan. Kerrigan can't turn the corner, and they're going to lose yardage on that play, and it'll be another 3 and out for the Placer Hillmen. Very uncharacteristic of the Hillmen.
Woodland's got a lot of speed on that defense. They've got to find something that's going to work out for them. Up the middle isn't working, and possibly outside a few more times might get them a run because they're having to really shift hard from playing the middle.
Punting unit is not on the field, Pat. They're going to go for it with 4th and 5. Look for the freeze play. Let's see if they try to draw them offside. And that's exactly what it was.
Great play calling by Coach Montoya. He could see how aggressive they were playing and really wanted to try and give that push on the 4th down.
You know, you watch enough of these games, you start to think like Joey Montoya. That's no offense to you, Coach. I know you're watching this game. He calls one heck of a football game, I got to tell you, and that was a perfect call for that situation. 1st and 10 now, 2:57 on the clock, first quarter. Faking Stuck, getting pressure in the backfield. Stuck's got a little room. No, he's going to throw the football, and, just about making the fall-down catch. That is Travis Warren.
After such a great play by Stuck getting out of that backfield and getting it down there, Warren slips and just couldn't hold on to the ball going down to the ground. It would have been a great catch if he could have caught that on the ground.
Yeah, we'd be giving him a replay again and again on that. We'll give him a replay now anyway. You watch him as he slips. And the field, in the interior body of this field, is equally as bad on the outside. Inside handoff. This is Warren. Warren grinding his way. He's going to get 9 yards. He might have made a first down. Let's see what spot he gets. He's going to be a couple yards short.
They're finally opening up that middle a little bit by going to the outside, and now Woodland's having to spread out a little more. They can't play real close into the center anymore.
Stuck's going to give it to Perez, and Perez is going to grind out his first down. holding on to the football, the Hillmen.
Perez gets that.
Chains again.
Perez gets that first down, dragging 4 of Woodland's best down the field with him. Such a great power rusher.
Bringing the play in now from the sideline. Michael. High look for them to put it in the air here. First down. There it is. He's got a player downfield if he can catch it. He's got it in his hands. 3, 10, 5, touchdown, Placer! Lewis Fudge. And I'll tell you, it couldn't have been a harder football to catch. Fudge took it over his shoulder as he was slipping and sliding a bit. And Lewis Fudge puts Placer on the board with 6.
That was a great read by Stuck. He could see Woodland crowding that line. He let them come in a little bit, and then he bombed it down the field to Fudge for a touchdown.
You could see Fudge was trying to get his footing and then bumbled the ball a bit. So let's see if they can make the extra point. This is Ryan Meyer. Meyer up and good. Hillmen take the lead 7-6 in this sectional playoff game. We will take another break tonight and be right back here at Fevber Stadium. This is Placer Hillmen football and your North Cal game of the week. We'll be right back.
There's no need to wait for Black Friday. At B&C, the Thanksgiving sale is on right now. Start with a new tree and a ladder to decorate it. Or maybe you need new Christmas lights. B&C has those too, along with barbecues, appliances, and gifts for everyone on your list. Don't forget the new winter hours and the bargains of November, because the Thanksgiving sale is on right now at B&C.
Back here at Fevber Stadium, the Hillmen say we can score the football too, now leading 7-6. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Good kick, surprisingly, but goes out of bounds at about the 10-yard line, so the Wolves will take over on their 35. No one was expecting an explosive kick that time. Ryan Meyer just a little bit off center, though, and they will take it over at the 35.
Let's see if the defense can come out, put up a big stop, and let the offense come back on the field and start running the ball, tiring out Woodland.
Woodland got their first score on something of a broken play. Good pass, but with the defense in the backfield.
Yeah, Placer's got to be careful about letting this team get into the goal zone, because they have some really nice plays that work well for them.
Kristen Stice, quarterback, going to play out of the shotgun. Quick pass out to the left. He's got some room to run. Gets about 8-9 yards. That's Diego Villanova.
Stice's pass complete.
Villanova. It's actually pronounced Villanueva.
Yeah, he's the deep threat wide receiver for Woodland, so you'll be seeing a lot of passes go his way, and he'll also be going to Vasquez, their running back.
2nd and 1. Final minutes here of the first quarter. Handoff inside. This is Vasquez.
Vasquez had nowhere to go on that play. They were waiting for him, and he just ran into a wall, and that's all he saw.
Well, it's with 2nd and 1, Pat. Who else would you give the football to? They had to know he was going to handle the ball. Guy like Vasquez, though, he's so big and so strong. Even though you know he's going to get it, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to stop him. 3rd down will be a quarterback sneak. They're going to try and push Stice over for the first down. He is not going to get it.
Yeah, he got stopped about a yard short, but he really tried, that's for sure.
Give the Placer defense some kudos. They can be really tough up front there. That was number 77. Let's call one out for him. That was Colton McElroy getting the job done right in the middle. They're going to measure the football. McElroy, the nose guard, he is the dirtiest on the field, and he's the one that has to get it done there when they try to push it up the middle like that. Let's see where they, if they do get the first down. I don't think they've got enough. No, they're going to be short by about a yard.
Looks like Woodland's ready to go for it on 4th and 1 either way. It's going to be really tough to punt that ball about midfield. It's just solid mud with some white stripes on it.
Well, let me call the play this time, Pat. This is going to be another quarterback sneak.
I'm on the same boat with you. It's either Stice or Vasquez.
There's the sneak, and they're going to push him over. Got more than he needed on the first down. Wolves will get their first down just in time to see the quarter change. 24 seconds on the clock. Solid first quarter of football here at the Fevber Stadium. Both teams learning how to get their footing in this muddy field.
They're just doing a lot of power rushing at this point. When they get to the middle of the field, they're not really going outside too much. They're just trying to keep it up the field and help push their guys up.
First down. Clock ticks down, 7-6. They will get this play off, I believe. He's taking his time. No, he's going to wait for the quarter. So as we see the first quarter end here, solid quarter of football. Both teams feeling each other out, grinding it out on this muddy field here at the Fevber Stadium. And we'll take a break. This is exclusive coverage of Placer Hillmen football. This is TouchdownProductions.com. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to buy or sell your home or property? Placer Title is your local title and escrow company located right here in the heart of Nevada County. We combine the stability of a national insurer with all the benefits of on-site title and escrow professionals. Being voted the best title company by the union readers for the past 7 years is a true testament to our local roots and unparalleled customer service. Stop by one of our 2 convenient locations, and thank you for keeping your business local.
Back here at the Fevber Stadium, let's see if the Wolves can continue their offense. Beginning of the second quarter here, Stice moving back in the pistol. In motion, that's Villanueva. Stice throws the football out of bounds in kind of a crowd. Nothing much there, but and as he goes over to the sideline to talk to the coach for another play, he's got his hands out going, there was nothing there.
Stice is doing a lot of scrambling tonight. He had 2 guys in the field that he was throwing to, but they are both covered like Velcro by the Placer defense. We'll see if the cornerbacks can stay up with this passing game because they're really trying to push that.
Trying to pass an incomplete on the first down. He puts you in a hole. Let's see if he goes back to pounding it out here with Vasquez. Vasquez, not only is he a good runner, but he's also a good blocker. They leave him back. Quick pass is complete. Good for about 9 yards. That is to Hunter Chris again. We called his number earlier.
They're really starting to establish a little bit of a passing game here. They're going to start running the ball a little easier if they're completing these passes.
Good pinpoint accurate passing by Christian Stice tonight.
Which is surprising because Woodland's more of a rushing team, but they seem to get their passes when they need to.
Man in motion. They're going to hand it off to Vasquez. Vasquez is going to fall forward, brutalizing the defensive line, and will get a first down and move the chains.
This drive going just how Woodland wants it right now. Passing in the first few downs and then powering through to get a first down on 3rd.
Cold wind coming up. Both Pat and I whining to our producer, Gilbert Dominguez, for not putting up our back tarp. You may hear some more whining before the night's over. Stice wants to throw again. Throws long into a crowd. Lucky he didn't get it intercepted. Johnny Callahan over there, along with, looked like it was also Travis Warren.
Yeah, it looked more like an offensive play for Placer, and they couldn't get a completion more than Woodland throwing that ball.
Chris Smith, the coach of the Woodland Wolves, likes to try his pass plays on first down. Well, back in the pistol again is Stice. Let's see if they throw one more time. Looking over the field. Stice scrambling. Now he's going to turn the corner and try to run for it. Gets about 4 or 5 yards.
Stice keeps it. Brought down by Yoga.
I like the way that Stice was directing traffic as he was coming around the outside, Pat.
Yeah, Stice is doing a great job on the scramble. Really, really fast, and his wide receivers are paying attention to where he's going to. That way they can get some blocks in case he's able to get out of the backfield in time.
Got to give Vasquez some credit, too. He made a key block to give him some time out there on the right flats. Third down now and 6. 9:53 here in the second quarter. Stice throws it up for grabs, and boy, just about intercepted by Colin Wright. Wright is kicking himself. I don't think he believed that ball was actually coming to him as freely as it was. He was more open than the receiver.
He got excited and then, bam, off the tips of his hands.
So it would appear that they're going to punt the football, even though they're at their own 50. They're going to try and put the Hillmen back inside their 10-yard line if they can. Good bounce and beautifully hit punt goes to the 4. Just exactly what the doctor ordered as the Woodland Wolves put the Placer Hillmen deep in their own territory.
Placer has one long drive ahead of them if they want to get any points on the board. Plenty of time, though.
Yes, that is the wind you can hear blowing through our mics as it comes up. I watched producer Gilbert M. Dominguez putting a red blankie around himself. Didn't bring a blankie for us, no. Hillmen on the move from their 4. Inside handoff. This is Mario. Mario gets a little room. Back and forth. No, that's Marshall Chapman. Give it to Marshall. And Marshall's going to get 7 yards to get him out of a hole.
That was a great job by Chapman, just powering through that defensive line and getting them some breathing room. See if they want to keep on power rushing that. Grossman comes in. He'll probably be in the backfield on this one.
Uniforms are starting to get a little muddy. Checking out those numbers. In the backfield now, this is Chapman. Chapman will go straight up the middle. Grossman, does he get the first down? Let's see what kind of spot he gets. This is the sophomore we talked about in the pregame, Hans Grossman.
They're giving a first down on that, so they get a fresh set. See what they want to do with the next set of downs here. I see some more power rushing in the future. It's starting to dial in for them right now.
Grossman's going to get the call again. Grossman staying low, powering, hard to bring this guy down. Wrestled down after a gain of about 6.
Took 3 of their biggest players to take down Grossman out on that field, and they got lucky because he had some momentum going on that run.
Second down and 3, maybe 3.5. They hit Hillman, able to get some room to breathe. Inside handoff now, making his move on the outside, staying on his feet. That's, looks like Brad Bishop. It is number 3, Brad Bishop. Coach Montoya is changing his backs almost every play. That and the fact that the uniforms are getting dirty.
It's really tough for Woodland to play those rushing plays because you can't tell who's going to get the ball until it's almost too late.
1st and 10. Inside handoff. It was Bishop again. Not much there for Bishop.
1-yard gain, 2nd down and 9.
Placer's trying to add some speed to the running game by bringing Bishop in. That way they're not ready for that power rushing that has been getting used for most of the half by Placer.
Interesting enough, though, Pat, we haven't called Kerrigan's name much tonight.
That's right, we haven't called him much at all.
There's a handoff around the left side, and he's going to get a little bit of room. Breaks the tackle, gets upfield for a 1st down. Marshall Chapman. Marshall doing a lot of the ball carrying tonight, and as you hear, one of the most charming things about this field here at Fevber Stadium is there's a railroad track right behind us. Trains will go through from time to time. That is not the grumbling of Gilbert Dominguez's stomach you hear. That is the train whistle.
I think Chapman may have been running faster than that train, and that train is moving behind us.
1st and 10. Staying on the ground and grinding it out. That is Mario Perez, number 24.
At the 49-yard line.
Getting the start from about their 4-yard line.
Ethan Young on the tackle.
Placer Hillmen
2nd down.
getting 4 first downs.
Placer have yet to go to the air on this drive. It's been all rushing, using their quick guys mainly, and then a quick power rush on the last play.
Inside handoff. And I believe that is Chapman again. Faking the ball to Perez and then giving it to Chapman on the inside reverse. They'll make it 3rd down and 5. Game moves right along when it's predominantly running. And we've got 5 minutes and 35 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Placer Hillmen leads 7-6.
Woodland waiting for Placer to get their play done.
He wants to pass. This is Stuke. Throws it out and immediately sliding to the ground. Lewis Fudge. Fudge getting the first touchdown of the night.
47-yard line.
Still having a lot of trouble keeping their grip on the little bit of grass that is left on the field. Just as treacherous as that mud. I think the receivers believe they have grip with that grass and they're trying to cut too hard, and that's why we're seeing a lot of them slipping down on the sidelines.
Chapman faking to Chapman, giving now to Marshall.
They got Chapman by the shoestrings on that. He could have probably gotten another 10 yards if they hadn't have gotten his foot right before he went down.
So we're seeing Marshall Chapman rather than Anthony Kerrigan. Now, not unusual for Joy Montoya to bring in new backs, fresh backs for the 2nd half. Faking inside. Stuck wants to throw the ball. Throws it. He's got his man open. He stays on his feet. Still trying to make the end zone. And he scores! Travis Warren with a highlight reel catch and run scores for the Hillmen.
Yeah, Michael Stuck with just a beautiful loft over the middle to Warren, and Warren just takes it home, breaks a couple tackles, and pushes into the end zone. What a play.
It was one thing for him just to catch that football. Warren, keeping his concentration, catches the ball, and then uses the slippery field conditions to out-juke his defenders. No one thought he was going to get him for the touchdown, but he had other ideas. Extra point is down, and the spinner is up and good. 14-6, Hillmen lead it. 4 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the second quarter.
I think the player of the game so far is the kicker. He's gotten both extra points.
That's right. Thanks. So we'll be back. This is Placer Hillmen football here at touchdownproductions.com. We got a good one, friends. We'll be right back.
Planning a big Thanksgiving meal? Perfect meals begin with SPD. Let's talk turkey. SPD has Norbert Natural Turkey for $1.49 a pound. Or make your holiday real easy with a complete Thanksgiving dinner for $59.99. And don't forget to help out the Nevada County Food Bank. SPD is where you get the freshest produce for your meal. You'll find savings every time you shop, so get everything you need in every department. And don't forget the gravy and everything you need for dessert. SPD will be open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. So happy Thanksgiving from the Painter family and everyone at SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Back here at Fevber Stadium, Placer Hillmen starting on their 4-yard line, taking it down to score on a great pass play. They'll be kicking off. Long, hard kick. Fielded. Looking for some room in the middle of the field and getting none. Hillmen taking it down. That was Johnny Callahan. Diego
Villanueva.
Thank you, Villanueva. Taking it for the Wolves as they will try to tie this score before the half. 4 minutes left here. Great football game going on at Lefevre tonight. Both teams now looking to pass and going nowhere.
Stice wanted to scramble on that, but then he met one of the Placer linemen.
So Stice being backed up now by 4 yards here. He'll be second down and 14.
Micah Yoakum having a great game getting those tackles in the backfield tonight.
The last thing the Wolves want here is a 3-and-out here, giving the football back to Placer with a few minutes left in the half. Stice looking over the field, 3 receivers to his left. He wants to find one of them. Nothing there, but he'll now try to run. Throws the football out to a wide open receiver who can't get to the ball. That was Daniel Casa.
Stice tried to get a great pass in, but he could just not plant his feet on that field, so there was nothing behind that ball, and it lofted into an incompletion.
Casa, I thought, had a chance if he had just had a little better jump on it to get to that football. Stice throwing it into the hole that was there and available, but Casa couldn't get to it. We'll see the Placer band at halftime. They're getting ready, I see, to go out in the field. 3rd down. Throwing again. And just off the fingertips of number 11, Espadel. I beg your pardon, that is number 15, Maldonado. Yep. So there will be a 3-and-out now, and the Wolves will have to kick the football. Back to receive it, Brad Bishop for the Hillmen. Bishop can field this cleanly and keep his footing. Hillmen would be in good shape. Slow snap, but they get it off. Bishop looking like he wants to field it. Goes over his head. Touches the ball. It's laying loose. Let's see who gets it. Scrum on the field, and it'll be held. Placer will hold on to it. Wright managing to get down there. Boy, Bishop wishes he had that one to take back.
Yeah, he made the right call at first and wanted to let the ball pass by, but then he tried to grab it, thought he had some open field, but he couldn't hold on to that ball. It is slippery once it hits that mud.
Indecision will cost you if you're a punt receiver, especially on field conditions like this. So the Hillmen have 2 minutes and 52 seconds left to go to work. Passing and an interception in the flats. The Wolves have a chance to score here, cutting back inside and down to the 5-yard line. That's Casas. Boy, he watched the eyes of quarterback Michael Stuck and followed Stuck right into an interception.
This is a huge turnaround for Woodland. 2:43 left in the second quarter, and they've got a chance to possibly make this a one-point game.
Watch the replay here of Michael Stuck. Looks right at his receiver, and Casas looks at Stuck, catches that football like he's the receiver. Darn near gets in the end zone. Let's see if the Wolves can score. Big opportunity here with 2:43 left in the second. They want to throw over the middle, throws it in the crowd, and no good. Good defensive play that time.
That Placer Hillmen secondary is reading Stice very well, and they are on his receivers like Velcro tonight.
Chase Lagunas got there in the middle to knock that ball away. I'm surprised at that play call by Chris Smith. You've got a big back in the backfield. You're on the 5-yard line. Why don't you just chug it in?
They do have the manpower for it, that's for sure.
Second down and goal on the 5. Still in the shotgun formation. They're going to probably throw it again. Looking over the field. Throwing it to the corner. No good. Again, incomplete.
Placer got lucky that Stice overthrew his receiver on that, because that could have been an easy 6 points.
That's so true, Pat, that he was open with an accurately thrown ball. But the wind is starting to come up here. Field conditions are getting nothing but worse. 2:33 left in the quarter. Third down now. Clearly in 4-down territory for the Wolves, and they're going to talk about it. This is a timeout on the sideline. Coach Chris Smith will come out on the sideline, and we'll take a break. You're watching exclusive coverage of Placer Hillmen football right here on TouchdownProductions.com. We'll be right back.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
Third down now. Wolves desperately need a score before half to reel in the Miners. The Hillmen pushing the pile now and going nowhere.
What a huge stop by Placer on 3rd and 6.
And I'm going to call out Colton McElroy again. This guy is a rock in the middle.
He's probably the dirtiest player on the field right now.
Oh, clearly the dirtiest player on the field. Look at him right there. McElroy. My kind of football player. That's the kind of guy you put a leather helmet on with no face mask. Let him grit it out in the mud. We've got 4th down, and there's no kicker on the field. They're going for it. Wolves looking over the field. Stice wants to throw. Throws to the corner and overthrows it. I'm sorry, that was a terrible play call by Coach Chris Smith. They get down to the 5-yard line. They take 4 shots at it and cannot score.
That was a similar play they ran on the on 2nd down when they had their guy wide open in the end zone and he overthrew him. So I think they wanted to try it one more time just to keep the cornerbacks in check on Placer.
If the Wolves go on to lose this football game, Coach Smith is going to look back on that series right there as a factor.
They had 6 yards to go, and they only ran it one time.
Hillmen have a chance to And he's breaking out the field. 50, 40, 35-yard line. Mario Perez, nobody could see where the football was. Great fake on the inside by Michael Stuck, and before you know it, Perez is breaking through the line.
Looked like the defense lost track of him, and then they realized he's almost at the other end of the field until they could start catching up to him.
That defense wasn't the only one. I completely lost track of him. I was following Stuck thinking he was going to throw the ball, and out comes Perez. Now he wants to throw. Stuck, finding his target over the middle. Overthrows Fudge. Holy moly.
Fudge really wanted his second touchdown of the game, but it was just a little too high for him on that pass. They still have 1:19 left to see if they can get in the end zone before halftime. That huge stop keeping Woodland out of the end zone is going to feel real good for Placer going into the half, even if they don't get a score on this drive.
Woodland defense playing like they want to get into the locker room. They'd better beware because Coach Montoya, he'll take advantage of the situation with 1:19. He has a handoff now going around the outside. Marshall Chapman. Chapman stays in bounds though, and the clock will continue to run.
Then give it to Colton McElroy again, playing on the outside. Huge block that got that run a little more yards than it should have.
McElroy playing both ways. McElroy making a great block. And once again, we're looking at Perez. You know, very rarely do we actually find a lineman that's really doing a lot of work out there that we're calling his number, but tell you what, number 77 is getting the job done out there.
It's really impressive. He wants it.
Oh, and sliding to a stop. Can't get the footing when he needs it. Marshall Chapman.
They're calling timeout on the field with 34 seconds left in the half. See if they can get it in the end zone.
We're going to stay right here. Coach Montoya on the sideline going to talk to his boys. You can see him down in the huddle. I'd like to know what he's got to say. I'll tell you what he's saying right now. He's saying we got 34 seconds left here, and we're going to get something done with it.
34 seconds is plenty of time with 2 more downs to go.
You can bet that we're going to see something into the line. This would also be an excellent time for a wraparound draw play. If I had a chance, I could send a runner down and propose that to Joey Montoya, but I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate it.
With how the running game's going, they could easily do a sweep, have the ability to run out of bounds and still save some clock and have that running game working for them.
So let's see what they come up with here. 2nd down and 11. They need to make the 10-yard line to get a first down. He fakes, finds down the middle, wants to throw it in a crowd just off the fingertips. That's Fudge again. Lewis is clearly the receiver of choice tonight. Michael Stuck throwing at him now for the 5th time. Lewis getting his first touchdown of the night in the first quarter.
Stuck making another dangerous pass. That could have been intercepted or been caught for a touchdown. He's really got to check his receiver a little better so that he's not throwing it to the other team.
Third down now, 28 seconds on the clock. He wants to throw the football again, faking into the line. Gets a long pass off. I think this is to Callahan. I beg your pardon, that was Travis Warren out there. Incomplete, though, is incomplete regardless, and that ball was overthrown, so now it's 4th down and 11.
They're going to give the field goal a shot. This is surprising from this kind of distance.
I agree. I don't know that we've seen Placer, and this is the 6th game we've had against opponents of the Hillmen. I'm not sure we've ever seen a field goal before. Let's see if he's got that kind of leg. It's down. A spinner is off to the left badly.
Shockingly, it had enough on it. It just hung to the left a little too far. Meyer's having a great game. He's really seeing the kick tonight.
So the ball will change possession on downs. It'll be first down with 15 seconds on the clock. I am not sure we'll actually see a play from scrimmage by the Wolves. Let's see if they take a knee or if they decide to try to put something together. From the way that they're huddling up, I'm thinking they're going to take a knee. Interesting football game tonight here at the Fevber Stadium. Wolves will take a knee and go into the locker room down 14-6. That's your half. Placer Hillmen managing 2 scores, 14. The Wolves 6, and we'll be back for second half right after this. You're watching exclusive coverage of Hillman football. TouchdownProductions.com. We'll be right back.
Hey, hon, remember the guys are coming over later to watch the game.
Make a play for winning trays from Portasubs. We have the perfect tray for every game and every fan. So use your app or order online today.
Make Portasubs your destination.
The Golden Middle marking band on the field direction of drum major Alexandra Michael Jackson Butler and assistant drum major Matthew Carrillo. The 2017-2018 cheerleaders are coached by Mrs. Chris Beat Lee. Assistant coach is Miss Cassie Bad Smith. The 2017-2018 varsity captains are Mary Smith, Kristen Counts, and Megan Torino. Tonight's show is a tribute to the musical genius of Michael Jackson, the King of Pop. Please direct your attention to the field and enjoy tonight's show. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. Because it's a thriller.
beating Sonora 21-14. Bear River beating Ripon. Ripon is 7-0.
There's no need to wait for Black Friday. At B&C, the Thanksgiving sale is on right now. Start with a new tree and a ladder to decorate it. Or maybe you need new Christmas lights. B&C has those too, along with barbecues, appliances, and gifts for everyone on your list. Don't forget the new winter hours and the bargains of November, because the Thanksgiving sale is on right now at B&C.
This is what we do for our community right here. Anytime it drops below 50 degrees in California, you start to whine and call it cold. Well, I think it's in the mid-40s, but the wind is a-blowing, and we're out here doing football here at Fevber Stadium. Pat Austin, first time tonight. He's standing here in a coat, and I guess he's got something underneath that. He's got the mittens on, but I got the electric blanket, baby. I was the one that called dibs on it first. Great first half of football, 14-6. Placer leads, and we're looking for the same as we come out for the second half. Hillmen leading 14-6. Conditions have gotten slightly worse as the wind is coming up. People in the stands, including myself and Gilbert M. Dominguez, are wrapped in blankets now. But it's worth it. Great football on the field here at Fevber Stadium. Brad Bishop back. This is coming up the field. This is number 15. Jorge Maldonado. And that is a junior that we will be seeing in the starting lineup next year. You can bet on it. Jorge making a great cut, going upfield and getting the Hillmen to about the 50-yard line.
Maldonado saw a lot of field in front of him, and he took it almost all the way until they finally stopped him about midfield.
Stuck wants to play speed-up football. He's going to hand off straight up the middle. The Wolves say nothing doing as they stop. That looks like that is number 24, Mario Perez.
Perez got stuffed, and that defensive line was trying to strip that ball out of his arms on that play. They really want that ball back to try and get another score. I think they're really kicking themselves for that that goal line play and only passing it around in that one rushing play. It really took the air out of their sails.
Second down. Inside handoff again. This time it's Marshall Chapman.
Marshall Chapman gets across midfield to the Woodland 40.
Chapman gets only a couple. It'll be third down and 7.
That's where he's brought down by Ethan Young. Third down and 7.
Just getting started here in the second half here. Exciting football if you weren't with us. Lewis Fudge catching a bobbling pass, but going into the end zone for the Hillmen in the first half. Second man through. This is number 3. This is Brad Bishop. And Bishop chugging away, getting almost to the 40, but more importantly, getting the first down for the Hillmen.
Yeah, Bishop really saved that drive. They were looking at a 3 and out on their first drive of the second half, but Bishop came up big with that run.
Good play call. Fake to the right, then to the left to Bishop.
Got Warren coming in at wideout. We'll see if he can catch a deep ball.
We're going to try the outside. They're going to turn the corner here. This is Marshall Chapman. Marshall Chapman getting a lot of yardage and then some more down to his own 20-yard line. 20-yard run by Marshall Chapman, and the Hillmen are on the move.
Chapman really getting the blocks he needed to get down that field.
Well, they'll move the chains. And this first series going in the Hillmen's direction. Inside out, now another one. This is Mario Perez, I believe. No, that is Marshall Chapman. We haven't seen anything of Anthony Kerrigan tonight. We did see Kerrigan handle the ball in the first series of downs, went around the left side and then came down kind of hard. I wonder if he hurt himself. Don't see him out there and don't see him on the sideline. Kerrigan is tough critter too. I'm surprised he's not there. Another Chapman handoff. Chapman staying on his feet, driving down, getting down to the 6-yard line. They're going to move the chains again, and it'll be first and goal on the 6.
Great play by Chapman, jumping over a couple defenders and then just plowing through, getting a couple extra yards, getting them set up for first and goal with 6 yards till a touchdown.
Inside handoff. This is going to be straight up the gut. And Placer will score. Brad Bishop. Placer makes it 20-6. And the Wolves are being beaten. The offensive line doing the job.
Bishop had a lane the size of I-80 to run through to get that touchdown.
That was on the left side of the line that time. That was number 77. That was Colton McElroy again. We've been calling his number an awful lot tonight. Got to give credit where credit is due. Down and good. 21-6. Placer Hillmen in the second round of the section semifinals, taking a commanding lead over the Woodland Wolves. This is Placer Hillmen football at touchdownproductions.com. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to buy or sell your home or property? Placer Title's your local title and escrow company located right here in the heart of Nevada County. We combine the stability of a national insurer with all the benefits of on-site title and escrow professionals. Being voted the best title company by the union readers for the past 7 years is a true testament to our local roots and unparalleled customer service. Stop by one of our 2 convenient locations and thank you for keeping your business local.
Placer about ready to kick off. 8:59 left in the third quarter. The Wolves are behind the 8 ball here. They're going to need to get something on the scoreboard here, try to keep up with this juggernaut offense of the Hillmen. Spinner short kick taken at about the 18-yard line, right up the middle, finding a little bit of room, now getting down on the ground.
Cassis takes the return up to the 36-yard line.
Looks like Capra taking that.
Tackle made by Joey Capra.
One Hillman that's been doing a great job tonight that no one's really noticed is the kicker, Ryan Meyer. He's been putting those kickoffs deep into their field, and they've had a long field to try and drive, and that's been great for the Placer defense to have that kind of buffer.
Wolves now back under center, out of the shotgun. They're going to hand off straight up the middle, and there's nothing happening there. Let's see who's at the bottom of that pile. There was a fumble on the play. It was recovered by the Wolves. But they're going to call the ball down at the original stop. It'll be a loss of about 2 yards.
Loss of 2 on the play. Second down at 12.
Vasquez really got stuffed by that defensive line. And
yeah, Joey Copro at that time was the villain on the play in the middle.
Yeah, him and McElroy have been just playing great game tonight.
There's a hold now, you can see it. As Stice goes around the right side. In fact, I think I saw 2 holds. Let's see if they caught it. Very few flags tonight, Pat.
Yeah, compared to last week, this has been a very quiet game for the referees. And this one will come back.
So let's let them walk this off, and we'll see where the ball is placed. They're going to need, it's going to be second down, and they're going to need an Uber. Looks like at about 27. They call it 26 on the scoreboard, but
looks a lot further than that, that's for sure.
It's a long way. Back in the shotgun now is Stice. He's going to look over his field down the middle, gets one for a gain of about 7.
Stice's pass complete to Cassis.
Threw a short quick slant on that. I think they expected to have a little more yardage in front of him as Placer was trying to keep the deep ball from being thrown.
Be third down now and about 21. Look for Stice to look for his outside receivers. Villanueva is his favorite. He is split out to the left. Looking over the field now, getting pressure. Now out of the pocket, he's going to throw one up and just off the fingertips of Garrett Imbach.
Stice's pass incomplete.
Stice running for his life out there. Thought he had a guy downfield, but he was out of bounds on that one. Brings up 4th down in a mile.
Yeah, it's a little desperation in that pass play. They're going to have to punt the football back to the Hillmen, and the Hillmen have had nothing but success on offense today. No turnovers, except for 1 interception by Michael Stuck. Here's the kick. Kind of a dead quail thing that's going to land at about the 50-yard line and roll to the 45, where the Placer Hillmen will take over. And we'll be back to see that. This is TouchdownProductions.com. We'll take a quick break.
You're killing me. There's no breaks after punts.
Well, I was just told there's no break after punts, but I've decided. So cut that out anyway. First down, Miners. 6:53. God bless it. Just getting back to you after that, getting back to you late here after the timeout.
Loss on the play.
A loss on the play that time,
Stop made by
Hillmen.
Chapman trying to do that end-around rush that was so successful for them on the last drive, but Woodland was ready for it this time and stuffed him in the backfield.
Stuck handing off. This looks like Bishop. Bishop will just dive into the line and he'll get nowhere. Woodland Wolves deciding they're going to bow their backs on defense. That's going to leave now the Hillmen with 3rd down and 10.
Hillman going with the same type of play calling as the last drive that got them the touchdown. Maybe they'll try a little something different on 3rd and 10, possibly get down the field without the Wolves noticing.
Stuck's going to look to the pass. He's going to be blindsided. Gets the pass off, though. This is going to get down the field, and no flag on that play. That was Jersey and all Jersey. They're calling it a Jersey pull, and I don't blame them. It's a good no call. It'll be 4th down now. The Boo Bears are out around us here in the Placer.
What a great save by Stuck on that play. He had a defender running straight for him, and he got that screen pass off just in time.
Exactly right, Pat. Got to give credit to Stuck, keeping his poise, getting that pass off. I don't see a punter out, though. They're going to go for it. I wonder if they're going to try and fool with a freeze play again. Yeah, they tried it. Not going to happen.
He almost had him that time. He got the whole line to jump, but they didn't move forward like the last time they got that 1st down.
They gave it a jitter, but they didn't go across the line. So the Hillmen will take a timeout. Joey Montoya will talk to his troops, and we'll take a break. This is TouchdownProductions.com, your NorCal Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Planning a big Thanksgiving meal? Perfect meals begin with SPD. Let's talk turkey. SPD has Norbert Natural Turkey for $1.49 a pound. Or make your holiday real easy with a complete Thanksgiving dinner for $59.99. And don't forget to help out the Nevada County Food Bank. SPD is where you get the freshest produce for your meal. You'll find savings every time you shop, so get everything you need in every department. And don't forget the gravy and everything you need for dessert. SPD will be open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. So happy Thanksgiving from the Painter family and everyone at SPD Markets in Nevada City and Grass Valley.
Now they're in punt formation here. We're back. Placer, high snap. Does get it away, though, and a darn good kick. Hits one of the Placer players in the back and then falls dead. The Wolves will take over on their 15-yard line in desperate need of finding some offense from someplace. Down 21-6 here with 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
Beautiful spiraling punt on that last play, and then no bounce whatsoever. That ball stuck to the ground. Looked like it was glued.
Christian Stice still in the shotgun. He's going to hand off, straight handoff, and that looked like it was Martin Vasquez.
Again, Placer Hillmen ready for that running play. They're doing nothing but stuff this guy in the backfield now. Joey Capper and Colton McElroy have just done a great job sitting on that line waiting for Vasquez to try and run past him, and he just has had no chance.
We'll give them some camera time on the inside there on that dirt line. 2nd down. There he is all by himself and down the middle and makes the catch. That'll be a first down for the Wolves. First real good offensive play they've had in a while. That's Casas, Daniel Casas. Daniel, one of the few players out there, still with a white jersey on. He had the interception earlier.
Stice, one of the rare times in this game that he's had time in the backfield to see where his wideouts are. Whole game he's been running for his life.
First down. Wants to throw out quickly, and it's an interception, and this is going to the house. Forget it. This is going to be a score for Placer. Touchdown, Hillmen.
Jorge Maldonado with that pick six on that play. He read it perfectly. He was sitting there waiting to catch that ball.
And we saw Maldonado earlier, and I said, we'll be seeing this junior again. Look at Coach on the sideline, Gil. Coach Joey Montoya out there, and he is the biggest cheerleader on the sideline.
5'6" and 155 pounds. What a great play by Maldonado.
Up and good in this game is now categorically under control by the Placer Hillmen. You see the band going off. Players on the sideline can smell the victory.
Placer Hillmen really starting to pull away with this game. If Woodland has any plan on winning this, they really need to answer back on the next drive.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
Really impressive with this muddy field that Ryan Meyer has had such a great day kicking the ball. 4 extra points today on that sludge.
When we're down on the field later, you got to find Meyer and tell you love him.
Will do.
You will do it. I know you will. We're back now. Hillmen in firm control of this game, 28-6. Another good kick. Taken to about the 20-yard line and stopped.
A fired up Placer Hillmen defense coming out onto the field. Let's see if they can answer back with that pick six with another huge defensive drive.
Marshall Chapman getting the stop that time. You can see Chapman because he is one of the dirtiest players on the field far and away. His mom is likely to run a new jersey down to him on the sideline. Wolves now clearly need to get something cooking, and they're spread out now. No backs in the backfield. Man in motion. They're going to swing it out, and there's a halfback pass. That's going to be picked off. That is number 13, Kane Martin, I believe. No, it's Colin Wright, number 33. So the razzle-dazzle backfires on the Wolves. And the Placer Hillmen are putting the beat down on the Wolves.
That secondary for Placer has been so great at paying attention to who has that ball in the backfield. And it was just an easy interception for him. Well, at least they're making it look easy tonight.
Truly a impressive performance tonight. 3:05 left in the third quarter. Straight handoff. That looks like it was Grossman, Hans Grossman, the sophomore.
Shockingly, Grossman has a clean uniform tonight.
We gave him player of the game last week. And at midfield with a dirty face, and parents gathered around, Grossman accepted the first Player of the Game award that we will give out again tonight. I'm sure it's not the last time we'll see Grossman on the middle of the field to give an award out. He's got a couple years ahead. Another handoff straight up the middle. Grossman one more time, and he'll get a first down.
With this Placer Hillmen team, it's very hard to choose a player of the game each week. With having 12 guys on the all-PVL team, it's a crapshoot as to who is going to be the best player. They all play so great together.
Well, tonight we're going to allow Gil Dominguez to pick the player of the game. We don't normally do that, but we're going to let Gil pick him out. Another inside. This looks like Grossman again. They're going to get on the Hans wagon and ride that wagon all the way home. Why not?
Little action in the backfield, but the referee broke it up.
Stop made by Kindell. 2nd down and 7.
Play coming in from the sideline. Michael talking to Coach Montoya. Let's see what Coach Montoya does. I would imagine he's going to go right back to Grossman again. He does. Grossman is so strong, and he runs real low to the ground for a big man. Normally a fullback the size of Grossman runs upright and straight. Grossman, not a lot of moves once he gets past the line of scrimmage, but certainly has the ability to put on a burst of speed.
This offensive line doing another great job this week. Stuck has one of the cleanest uniforms on the field, and he's been in the whole game.
They're going to pound in the line again. No sense in getting fancy. Coach Montoya is going to stay with the ground game. 43 seconds now left on the clock for the third quarter. Placer taking a lot of time. It'll be 4th down and about a foot. So this is interesting. The Wolves have a chance here to get the football back at the quarter if they can just hold the Hillmen to a foot.
A lot of substitutions on this play. Have to see what they have in their pocket for this one.
This play kind of snuck up on everybody. Hillmen just moving the football at will. Let's see if the Wolves are up to it. And, oh, it's going to be offsides. This may push the Hillmen back. Let's see who this is on. And they're going to back it up 5 yards. So now it's going to be 4th down and 6. I can't imagine they're going to bring a field goal team out, but they're certainly shot themselves in the foot with that one.
They certainly did. They could have had an easy 1st down, but they just couldn't get their play together, and it really bit them there.
Watch them this time fake to Grossman into the line and throw the football out to Brad Bishop. If they actually do that, they're going to have to give me the award. Out and incomplete. Did he get the catch? No, I don't think he did. He's
Warren's standing there wondering why.
I don't know. We couldn't see it from this angle.
They called it incomplete, but Warren did have the ball. It's a question of whether it bounced off the turf.
So they're going to talk about it now. They're going to caucus over in the corner. I honestly couldn't tell, and they're going to say it's incomplete. That'll bring the Boo Birds out, and it'll also give the football back to the Woodland Wolves. And with that, the scoreboard shows 0 and the quarter ends. 3 quarters in the book here at Fevber Stadium, 28-6. The Placer Hillmen are leading in this second round section playoff semifinal game. This is TouchdownProductions.com. We'll be right back.
Hey, hon, remember the guys are coming over later to watch the game.
Make a play for winning trays from Portisubs. We have the perfect tray for every game and every fan. So use your app or order online today.
Make Portisubs your destination.
Good. Wolves had the football back, desperately needing a score. Passing over the middle. Stice gets something going, but it's met immediately by the Placer defense. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Clock clearly in the favor now of the Hillmen. All they need to do is contain and take it to another finals championship. Stice directing traffic. Quick out, almost intercepted, but this is caught and taken for a 1st down.
Placer wasn't ready for that short pass. They saw wideouts all outside and were thinking of a big play. Meanwhile, they just did a short pass and got some good yardage out of that in a 1st down.
That was Blake Hitchinson moving the chains as the Wolves. Now he's keeping the ball right up the middle with the quarterback draw. Getting a few yards. Stice.
Keeps it, gets up to the 46-yard line for a gain of 4.
They're going to move it about 4 yards. Clock continues to run. Very patient Chris Smith now, coach of the Woodland Wolves. Knows he's got to get 1 before he gets a 2nd. They're going to throw it out at the sideline, and that time he didn't get a grip on the ball. Christian Stice just didn't have control of the ball. He's wiping his hands off.
Muddy ball and no place to keep your footing will put the pass a little low to your wide receiver, and he would have had a lot of yardage had he held on to that ball.
3rd down and 7. Stice sending 3 to the left and 2 to the right. Now he's going to be rushed. Chasing him out of the pocket is McElroy.
Forced out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
McElroy did a great job pushing him out of the pocket because Stice was waiting to throw that ball down the field. Placer really making sure the deep play is not going to happen on this drive, and all they get is short passes right now.
Well, let's look at the replay on that. Now watch number 77, McElroy, chasing him down all the way to the sideline. 4th down play. Stice needs to find something right up the middle, keeps the ball, gets a 1st down. Ball goes out of play on the sideline, but it will move the chains, and Stice will keep possession as the Woodland Wolves get their 2nd 1st down of this possession. 9:50 on the clock, 4th quarter.
Stice is stealing a lot of open field in front of him because the Hillmen are playing so deep to make sure that he cannot bomb it down the field and get a quick 6 points out of it. He does get the 1st down, but not much more.
Stice looking to pass under heavy pressure, and down goes Stice. Coming on the sideline, guess who that is? Number 77.
Brought down by Colton McElroy.
Colton McElroy, we've called his name more times tonight than I can remember, almost as many times as we've called any halfbacks. He is going to be my choice for the Bill Slade & Sons Trucking Player of the Game. I know I was going to let Gilbert Dominguez do it, I'm sure he'll agree. Running down the middle of the field now, finding a little room, looking to the outside. Stice is going to go out of bounds at about a yard short of the first down. Clock continues to run, 8:28 left in the quarter and the game.
Stice has taken it into his own hands right now. He just can't find anybody open down that field, so he's just having to try and run for his life and save the play.
Let's go down. Let's take a look at number 77 now. Down on the field, he is Colton McElroy, the junior. Ball is thrown in incomplete that time. Ball was batted away.
Stice's pass knocked down. That'll bring up a 4th down and 1.
Be 4th and 1 now. Hans Grossman, was he in on that tackle there?
He batted that ball down, kept them from moving that ball forward. Brings up 4th down thanks to him.
Fourth down, he's going to try to keep the ball and go for it himself, and it appears that he will get the first down. Wolves will retain possession,
Across the 35-yard line.
and they'll move the chains.
That QB draw is really working for the Wolves on this drive right now. They should probably start trying to stuff him up the middle.
Little extracurricular activity going on out there, but quickly cooled off. That's number 47, Lewis Fudge, comes off the field. And there'll be a timeout. Timeout on the field, 7:41 left in the game. The Hillmen leading 28-6 over the Woodland Wolves, and we'll be right back. This is touchdownproductions.com.
There's no need to wait for Black Friday. At B&C, the Thanksgiving sale is on right now. Start with a new tree and a ladder to decorate it. Or maybe you need new Christmas lights. B&C has those too, along with barbecues, appliances, and gifts for everyone on your list. Don't forget the new winter hours and the bargains of November, because the Thanksgiving sale is on right now at B&C.
Let's zoom in now on number 77, who's the player of the game. There he is. Gil, give him a little camera time as he gets down in his stance. First down now for the Wolves. Caught across the middle. That would appear to be Casas.
Woodland continuing to pick apart this Hillman defense with the short pass plays. If they're not passing short, they're doing quick runs.
Too little, too late, Pat. Across the middle again, and that time it's tipped. Number 74, that is Joey Capra tipping it there.
Would have been a good offense to play in the first half.
Stice, knees buckling as he goes down. Half the Placer team there with him. That looks like Grossman. Boy, you got Hans there playing defense, and I'll tell you what, you got Capra, McElroy, Grossman, defensive players.
That sack
coming back next year. They're going to have something going on. Ball tipped in the air and almost intercepted. Goes to the ground, though.
Stice's pass broken up.
We're getting a score coming in from Marty. Gil Dominguez, what is the score of the game?
Ripon just scored on a 60-yard pass
Bear River is now down 14-7. Ripon scored on a 60-yard pass. We'll check back in with Steve Sitter and Marty Mortensen at Bear River again. Big game going on across town. I'm imagining that their field is no better, in fact, probably worse than this here at Placer. Pat Austin, do we have a score on the Colfax game?
Colfax is trying to come up with the upset. Last I checked, they're up 28-14 against Sonora, which is a hard field to play according to Paul.
Yeah, we've seen that Sonora field before, and it's a tough crowd. You go to Sonora. Good pass rush and ball overthrown. Stice having to overthrow everything. Grossman in the backfield. Capra in the backfield. McElroy in the backfield.
That brings out the Placer offense to try and wind that clock down and get a final score.
Well, I can't imagine that Joey Montoya will do anything fancy here. Certainly no need. He's got the game completely under control.
They're just going to pound this ball up the middle, get a couple yards at a time, try and run the clock out.
Not a soul has gone home, that's for sure. This is the big back, number 24, Mario Perez.
Perez up to the 41-yard line.
Even near the end of the game, he can still drag defensive players down the field with him. Such power in his legs.
I would imagine Grossman and Perez. There's a clean jersey coming onto the field. That's Ian House coming in at wide receiver. Stands out like a sore thumb. Not a mark on him, not a blade of grass. Oh, he's got a breakaway. That's number 10, Chapman. Thought for a second Chapman was going to take it to the house, finding a little bit of running room.
Chapman had a great game today. He really kept a lot of drives going and really got this game to open up for Placer today.
No question about it. We got a face mask call against the Wolves. Adding a little insult to injury here in the last minutes of the game. So, Pat, we'll check the standings here. Placer looks like they're going to be moving on. They'll play the winner of Casa Roble or Center. We'll find out what the score is of that game. We'll get on to Max Preps and see if we can get some insight as to who they'll be playing next week. That will be played Saturday.
Tackle made by
The
day after Thanksgiving. And it's the field will be announced directly following this game. They'll choose a place, hopefully, that has some artificial turf. Chapman, second man through, slides to what looks like it's close to a first down.
With how Placer has played in the mud, they may want to keep the field like this.
Well, if they're going to be playing center, the number 3 seed. Casa Roble is the number 2 seed. You can bet there's a fist fight going on at that field tonight.
Coach Montoya starting to put the younger guys in, giving them a chance to play in this big win tonight.
Stuck in straight off. This is to Chapman.
Perez brought down at the 30.
I'm sorry, that was Mario Perez. All the numbers now are pretty much clouded out.
First down.
Impressively, Stuck has one of the cleanest uniforms on the field tonight. They have not gotten him to fall down on that field.
Yeah, I think his mom brought him a new one out at half.
Feel bad for all the moms that have to clean those uniforms this weekend.
Inside handoff, lots of room to run. Brad Bishop taking the handoff.
To the 20-yard line.
He'll fall forward on the first down on the 20-yard line. They'll move the chains. Under 4 minutes here now at Fevber Stadium. Placer Hillmen, 6-time PVL champions, will now go to the section finals again. That will be some kind of contest. Handoff and good snap tackle. That is number 24, Perez. Pat Austin, what do you have for a score?
Just checked in on the Center and Castle Roble game. Center is up 20-19 going into the fourth quarter.
Wow. 2019, that'll be something. We'll keep an eye on that here. Give you an update on that and some insight about who Placer will be playing next week. Stuck under center. Second man handing off, going around the outside, and they're going to get another one. Number 3, Brad Bishop. The linebacker, the running back, the PVL defensive all-league player. Let's shout it out to Big Brad. Getting a touchdown here in the section semifinals.
Bishop had an easy run up the field. That offensive line paved the way for him to just jog right into that end zone.
Here's your extra point. Snap is down and good. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left here. The Hillmen band is a-playing, banner is a-waving. They are going to take another one to the section finals in 2018. This is TouchdownProductions.com, your NorCal Game of the Week. Pat Austin, Paul Brown, Gilbert M. Dominguez. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to buy or sell your home or property? Placer Title's your local title and escrow company located right here in the heart of Nevada County. We combine the stability of a national insurer with all the benefits of on-site title and escrow professionals. Being voted the best title company by the union readers for the past 7 years is a true testament to our local roots and unparalleled customer service. Stop by one of our 2 convenient locations and thank you for keeping your business local.
Here's your kickoff. Not much time left in this football game. The beatdown continues as the Placer Hillmen whomping down on the Woodland Wolves. Wolves getting only 1 score in the first quarter. It was the first score of the football game, and that's where the good news ended for the Wolves. Placer completely dominant on offense and defense. 3 turnovers in this game, 2 interceptions. The 1 interception right before the half by Casa of the Wolves ended on the 5-yard line, and the Wolves could not score from the 5 and 4 plays, and that's pretty much where the tide turned towards Placer in this football game. Wouldn't you agree, Pat?
Completely agree. The tide has yet to go out.
And I'll tell you, these uniforms are going to need a little tide tomorrow. You get them cleaned up. A lot of new uniforms that are clean for Placer out there right now. Let's give a shout out. Number 44, Jose Castillo, out there playing some defense. Also, let's spot another clean uniform that looks like number 12, Ian Howes, out there playing safety.
Another great thing about the player of the game, McElroy, is he really carried that team.
Yes. Espadal making a hit, but bouncing off of him, number 10, Valenzuela.
Tackle made by Mitchell Moore.
Mitchell Moore finally bringing him down. Clock down now, a minute 27. Wolves come to the line of scrimmage slowly. No need to rush now. Game has been decided some time ago. Ball just thrown out there out of bounds.
Stice gets crushed in the backfield after he tosses that one. He's having a tough time walking that hit off.
Chandler Dakin crushes him and then helps pick him up. A little good sportsmanship there.
That's how you play the game. Sure. Hit big and then pick him up.
That's a fact.
Stice is still trying to walk that one off. He, I don't think, knows what bus hit him yet. As Woodland lines up, Stice ready to take the snap. Vasquez in the backfield moves the shotgun. Looking downfield. And tipped the ball before they could make the completion.
Stice's pass broken up by Maldonado.
Broken up by Maldonado out there on the flats.
Another great player of the game, Maldonado. He's been all over the place.
A lot of juniors on this football team. I mean, it's shocking. Besides the two offensive linemen that we've been talking about all night, McElroy and Copra, they're both juniors. Maldonado's coming back. Michael Stuck, the quarterback, is coming back. Marshall Chapman is a junior. He's coming back. Good gravy, the whole team's coming back. There will be a new league formed next year. Placer will not play their traditional teams that we've seen for the last 5 seasons. They will reorganize, and a new league is being formed. We'll talk about that when you see us in the fall next year. We'll be seeing teams we have never seen before here on touchdownproductions.com. It'll be interesting and certainly challenging for these Placer Hillmen.
And Placer just downing the ball, finishing this game out.
Why not? That's the way to go. So I will go down on the field and I will grab number 77, Colton McElroy. He will be your player of the game tonight as the Placer Hillmen move on to the section finals. One more time, Touchdown Productions will be there to follow the Hillmen as they come off the field. The good sportsmen that they are, they'll come, they'll sing their alma mater as they congratulate the Woodland Wolves, a good football team.
Good thing to notate for Placer going into the championship game is in the playoffs, they've only given up 9 points. This defense is just on fire.
So with that said, I'm going to run down the field. I'm going to grab our player of the game, and we'll see you down on the field momentarily.
With nearly 30 years of proudly serving our community, Auburn Toyota is expanding to offer more new Toyota inventory than ever before. Chances are we have the exact Toyota model you want, ready for you to drive home today. With many years of combined sales experience and hundreds of new Toyota cars, trucks, 4x4s, and SUVs, now is the perfect time to buy at Auburn Toyota. Come see why for generations Foothill Toyota buyers buy from Auburn Toyota, which is why we like to say Auburn Toyota is the place where the customers come back.
We're down here on the field after a resounding victory. Placer Hillmen beating down on the Woodland Wolves 35-6 with your Bill Slayton Son Trucking player of the game, Colton McElroy, tonight. One of the first times we've given a defensive player, a lineman, this award. Colton, talk to me about what happened tonight down the field. How do you feel about this victory?
You know, we knew they had one of the best defensive lines we've gone against. They had some big guys, some really competitive guys. You know, we do too, and we came out there, we practiced hard for him. Montoya, you know, he always has a great game plan set up for us, and we went out, executed it, and we practiced hard for him.
Well, you played both defensive and offensive line. We watched you open holes, and we watched you chase the quarterback all night long. You're a junior. You're coming back next year, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, this team is better off with you on both sides of the ball, and we're proud to give you the Bill Sladen Son Trucking Player of the Game for this victory.
Thank you, sir.
Colton McElroy, what do you say, family? Now we'll go over to Joey Montoya and Gil Dominguez.
Thanks a lot, guys. Over here with the victorious Coach Montoya. Coach, you're going to the big show 2 years in a row.
No doubt, we're excited, proud of our kids, proud of our coaching staff, happy for the school and the community. People don't realize how hard it is to get to this game, and for us to be going back-to-back, and not only back-to-back, but our fourth one in the last 10 years is an incredible accomplishment. And, this is a game that we had on the calendar that we set as our goal, and we're really looking forward to it.
Now, the last couple of weeks, you guys have been getting punched in the nose right off the bat. You go down 6 points. Is that what it takes to get the Hillmen going?
Seems to be our MO, and hopefully we can get that fixed. But yes, well, I guess so.
Well, as long as you only go down 6, that's not a lot to come back from. But it seems like the other team comes down, punches the Hillmen in the nose, and then from there you guys take off.
Right. We're a very good football team, and we knew that regardless of what happened, we just weather the storm and stay at it, that we felt very sure of ourselves and confident in what we could do tonight. And that was a very good football team. I mean, they were very physical. They've, lost a lot of close games to great football teams. And tonight, our kids really put together in really all 3 facets of the game. I thought our defense was lights out, created some big turnovers, had a huge goal line stand there right before the half. Our offense was very productive, and we were able to execute the passing game when needed, and our special teams were great tonight. And so that's what you want to do, in these games and in this time of year. You want to be hitting all cylinders and in all 3 facets of the game.
One of the cleanest jerseys on the field, even at the end, was Michael Stuck.
That's a good thing. Our offensive line, and they blitz like crazy. I mean, they're bringing 7 or 8 guys at times, and our offensive line has, in our backfield, back blocking as well, has just continued to get better and better and better. And tonight, we had 2 seniors on the field. Once we took Anthony out, we had Travis Warren and at receiver and Mario. And the rest were all juniors or sophomores on the opposite side of the ball. And so proud of those kids, and the future's bright.
Now, speaking of your good line, we gave our player of the game tonight to number 77.
Yeah, Colton's been just getting better and better and better, and he's turned into a stud. And we knew he had that kind of potential as a freshman. And, he and Capra and Blake Bachman and Austin Mater and Kyle Christensen, Lewis Fudge, Chandler Dakin, just those guys are doing a phenomenal job up front, and they're getting the job done. And I'm proud to coach them, and I'm very proud of them.
Now, I know you were out here practicing the other day. Field conditions, it wasn't quite a mud bowl like if the rain was coming down, but it was certainly deteriorating every play, and there's lots of mud out here.
Right. I mean, we love Lefevre and we embrace it, but I think it affected us more negatively than it did them, just because we're so explosive on offense, and we had some plays that were there that we were just slipping, or we missed a block because a guy fell down, or we missed a huge hole because we just slipped. And, and that's part of the elements, and that's part of playing, deep in November in the playoffs. And but we love Lefevre. I feel bad for my poor, the poor soccer teams that have to play here. But big kudos to our maintenance guys today and the guys at the district. They put that Turfex down and dried out a little bit. I mean, it was a quagmire here yesterday, but.
Well, 5 inches of rain in the last 24 hours, that'll do it to the field. We had the same conditions up at Bear River. Marty Mortensen and Steve Sitter were up there tonight. So it was just one of those nights, and then you have the cold wind come in here. How did that affect you, especially coming out for the third quarter? I mean, I know the third quarter is a power quarter for you. You want to win the third quarter coming out. Right. That's a Joey Montoya staple right there. Yep. But coming out, you're kind of warm in the locker room, and you come out here to this cold.
Yeah, to Lake Lefevre out here. That wasn't much of an effect. Our kids were ready to go, and we got our little warm up in before the half, and we had a great third quarter, and really took over the game in that quarter.
Okay, so the championship game next week. Doesn't matter who you play, I imagine.
No, they're both great football teams. We know we'll be at Consumnes Saturday. It will probably be at 6, but we won't find out for sure till probably tomorrow. It's either going to be at 6 or 1 o'clock next Saturday. We get to practice on Thanksgiving, the best practice of the year. We're going into week 13 again for the 3rd year in a row. I'm just excited, proud of this program, proud of our team.
Every other team in Division 4 has already handed in their equipment, except for the Hillmen and whomever you're going to play, and then only one team will come out on top.
And that's all we're focused on right now, and we're single-minded, and right now the only thing we care about is getting to Monday and getting to work.
All right, Joe, hey, listen, I'll let you go. It's freezing out here. Get in there with your team. Congratulations, though, on a return trip to the championship game back-to-back. I guess we're going to need a Placer T-shirt or something that says back-to-back.
We might have to do that. We got the 6 years in a row for the PVL, back-to-back for the CIF, finals, and we're looking forward to it.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
We just pulled Jorge Maldonado out of the crowd tonight after the game. Jorge, tell me, you got a touchdown tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, it was fun. The experience. When I got it, I almost slipped, to be honest. And then when I was running down the sideline, I see the quarterback. I was like, oh, I gotta get him, make a move, dive. It was awesome. Best experience.
You also had a good kickoff return. I saw you make some moves on the field. We mentioned you earlier in the game, and then you made that touchdown, and we said, this kid's coming back next year. He's going to be a starter. You looking to start next year?
Yeah, of course. On that kick return, we started slow, but Coach wanted it on the coming back. He said we got to start fast, and I had to replace Anthony because he broke his finger. So I was like, hey, it's time, and we did it.
So a great game tonight for a junior, an up-and-comer. Next year, you're going to see this guy in the field much more often. Jorge Maldonado, what do you say? So for Ball Brown, Pat Austin, Gil Dominguez, another victory by the Placer Hillmen. Touchdown Productions will see you next week for the section finals. We'll see you then.